Hello, everyone, and welcome to this global heart stream. I'm Gabriel Gonsalves, and I am broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Granada. When is it going to be? In 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, I'm going to be in Portugal, in the south of Portugal, for about a week. So that's going to be our first broadcast. That will not be in Spain. And then hopefully a few months down the road, it will be in South Africa. I'm really looking forward to being back in South Africa very soon, God willing. Hello, those of you who are joining us right now. Hello, Cindy, Amanda, Roger. Hello, Mariette. Hello, Jacob. Hello, how are you? How's your week going? Buenos días, buenas tardes. Bom dia, boa tarde. Something I don't think I've shared with you is last week I started taking Portuguese classes. I'm taking Portuguese classes 3 times a week as a way to reconnect with my ancestral land. My grandfathers were born in the beautiful island of Madeira, in the city of, or the town rather, the town of Câmara de Lobos. And so I'm on this journey of reconnecting with my ancestral language. And what's really cool about the classes that I'm taking is that they also include quite a bit also of Portuguese history and Portuguese culture, including food and music. And so it's really fascinating, all that is contained in the language and how the language is in so many ways an expression of the culture, and also the culture an expression of the language as well. All right, so before we begin, a few announcements. First, I want to remind you that at the end of this month, on the last weekend of May 29th to the 30th, I'm going to be hosting the next Opening the Heart online weekend retreat. I think this will be the 4th one now since we began them. And this is an invitation for you to come in a safe space for the purpose of opening your heart and remove from your heart all the inner blocks that are keeping you from welcoming love and sharing your own love. And one of the things that happens to many of us is that as a result of trauma, wounding, our hearts close. And it's actually a very natural self-defense mechanism. It's what Dr. Bradley Nielsen refers to as the heart wall. We literally build a wall of electromagnetic energy around our hearts that keep us from feeling. And it's, as I said, it's a natural defense mechanism. The problem with that is that because the heart is the generator of the largest electromagnetic field within the body, when you have a wall around it protecting it, guess what happens? It keeps that energy from flowing freely to the rest of your body. So one of the results of releasing and letting go of this electromagnetic wall around the heart, which is in essence the accumulation of emotions you did not give yourself permission to feel, one of the benefits of this is you start to experience greater health. You start feeling more alive, more connected to yourself. You feel more in your body. You also grow in your capacity to be more emotionally resilient and strong. Okay, so this is happening again on the weekend of May 29th to the 30th. It's limited to only 25 participants, and there's still room if you would like to join. You can find out more about the Opening the Heart online weekend retreat by visiting my website, gabrielgonsalves.com. Also, June 15th marks the beginning of the next cohort of the Heart Warrior training program. The Heart Warrior is in essence, the introductory training. It's a 3-month group training, small group coach training for anybody who's interested in developing these 3 Heart Warrior skills: the capacity to become emotionally strong by learning the tools and skills and practices of emotional self-mastery. So it's in essence, the ability to remain strong, calm, and centered in what is a highly emotionally charged world. Also, the capacity to learn how to connect, attune, and follow your heart's inner wisdom and inner guidance. And finally, learning how to communicate with others from a much more loving, compassionate way. We do during this training, which spans over a period of 3 months. We actually do some of the processes that we do in the Opening the Heart online weekend retreat. Just yesterday in class, with the second cohort of the Heart Warrior training program, we actually did the emotional release therapy work that includes a little bit of heart tapping, but then also working with the removal of the heart wall using salt water and the power of prayer and intention. All right, so the next cohort starts on June 15th. The application process, the enrollment process is now open. So if you're interested in the program, would like to take the next step with me, and no more importantly, would like to take the next step on your own journey towards healing, and please consider joining me on this next 3-month cohort that begins on June 15th. And again, all information for this programs are in my website, gabrielgonsalves.com. Welcome, Angelia. Oh, I almost said Angelina Santiago. Angelia de San Antonio. Hola, Angelia. Irish in Cyprus, SA, which I hope is an SA. Ben, welcome. Cindy, Karine, Denise, welcome. Jennifer, PJ. You keep showing up on your PJs, PJ. Geraldine, welcome. Welcome. Anne-Marie, welcome. Those of you who are joining us just right now, both on Facebook and on YouTube Live. Some of you may know we started broadcasting live also a few weeks ago, straight into Facebook. And I just really love this technology that allows us to do this. All right, so if you've been following this series, since we began these global heart streams, we have been exploring the 12 virtues of the heart. Today, we're going to be exploring virtue number 6, which is valor. We are already at the halfway mark. Isn't that amazing? Halfway mark already. Valor. What does valor mean to you? Well, if you'd asked me that question a few years ago, I would have said to you, it's my favorite chocolate in the whole wide world. There is a European chocolate. I think it's made in Italy, if I'm not mistaken, or even in Spain, called Valor. Oh my God, they make the best praline. But that's not the valor I'm talking about. The word valor has the same root as the word value, valor. In fact, in Spanish, valor means the value of something. But as a virtue of the heart, my definition is the ability, in essence, to act with courage, strength, and determination in defense or pursuit of something that you value or you love. And I'm going to repeat this again because we're going to break this apart a little bit before we go into our guided meditation, which obviously will be on valor. Valor is the ability to act with courage, strength, and determination in defense or pursuit of something that you value or love. You know, it's very common to associate the word valor with courage, right? Courage, it's a hard word, as Brené Brown often likes to say. It's the ability to, in essence, act in spite of fear. The word courage, that comes from cœur, French, which means heart. It literally is the combination of the two words, heart and rage. It's the rage, the acceleration you feel in the heart when you feel afraid to do something, but you do it anyway. Okay, but what makes valor different than courage is that it's still acting from a place of courage. So you're acting in spite of your fear. You're acting even though your heart is racing and you're sweating and you're scared and your knees are shaking and trembling. You're acting in spite of that. But the action that you're taking is in defense or in pursuit of something that you love, something that you value, something that you care for. And you can courageously go out there and set fire to a building, but that may not be in the best interest. Value acts in the highest good and the best interest because it's at the service of love, which is what makes it very different. One of the most common associations we make to the word valor. Think of, in Spanish, we use the word valiente, right? Valiant. We associate it with superheroes, and superheroes are acting in defense of the weak, in defense of the elderly, in defense of children, in defense of somebody who's been victimized. So the conversation about valor inevitably points towards your heart and asks you a very fundamental question, which is, what do you value most? What is most important to you right now? So let me ask you this. What do you value most right now, where you are in life? Who do you value and love most? I was having a conversation with a woman earlier this week. Here in Granada, I run a Monday evening heart center meditation group. And as you may be aware, one of the things we often do in order to activate the coherence within the heart is we evoke the feelings of care, gratitude, compassion, appreciation, right? Those are the feelings that allow the heart's electromagnetic frequency to shift to the frequency of 0.1 hertz. And so when I invited this group to evoke the feeling of care, I asked them the question, who do you care for? And more importantly, who cares for you, about you? In other words, who values you? This woman in the middle of the process broke down and began to cry. And after the tears washed through her face, and she gave her permission to very vulnerably and courageously express her grief, her sadness, she shared with the group, I don't have anybody who cares about me, or at least that I know cares about me. And I feel very sad about that. Who do you care for? What do you value most? What do you value most in your life right now? In other words, who and what is most important and meaningful to you? Now, one of the things that makes value, or valor rather, very different from all the virtues of the heart that we've been covering so far, appreciation, compassion, forgiveness, humility, understanding, is that this one, more than the others, involves taking some kind of action. Like, you could feel appreciation towards something, but you don't necessarily have to tell somebody, I appreciate you. You can just feel it and live and move through life from this feeling of appreciation. You could also feel compassion towards somebody and radiate the energy of compassion and be with their pain. To feel compassion for somebody does not necessarily mean alleviating somebody else's pain, but it's to be, as the word itself says, to be with pain, with the emotion. That's what compassion means, to be with yours or somebody else's suffering. Humility, the same thing. Understanding, the majority of these are very intrinsic, semi-passive virtues, right? We get to experience them, live from them. But valor is where something then very different begins to happen, is when we begin to, with courage, strength, and determination, act in defense of that which we love, which we value, or towards that which we love and we value. Acting in spite of the fear, acting decisively because this person, this thing is important, meaningful, valuable to you. Hello, everybody. Hello, Danny. Hello, Deborah. Those of you who are joining us now. Hello, Meji. Yes. It involves taking action. And so even though today it may appear that we're going to be moving through a meditation that will appear to be very passive, because obviously we're sitting here, we're coming into our hearts. The questions I'm going to be asking you during the guided meditation will be designed to, in essence, awaken this virtue within your heart so that you ultimately take action, some kind of action out in the real world, in the physical world, that will lead to either the manifestation of that deep desire, goal, vision that you have, taking the next bold, decisive step, or moving in defense of something that you value, speaking your truth, for example, confronting someone, doing whatever it takes to defend something that up until now, maybe it's not being honored, either within you or in another person. Okay, so if you feel a little bit uncomfortable, then welcome that. Welcome that. Hello, Rick, all the way from Vienna. Thank you very much for being with us today. All right, so we want to move into this awareness or this virtue of valor so that we can then ultimately take action. Unless there is action, courageous, strong, decisive action, then there is no valor. There's just something you value, but not necessarily valor. And so what we want to do is awaken not only the virtue, but also the capacity to take action. Cool. When I asked the question, who and what do you value most? Karine said, my children. As I say, my friends and you and my family. Yeah, thank you very much, S.A. Yes, obviously, you're here because you value this, right? So I'm just going through some of the comments. Cindy saying you need to guide a pilgrimage to Fatima in the future. Yes, actually, Cindy, it will be from Fatima. Believe it or not, it's in the plans. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you all for being here. And in fact, I'm here because of you, because then it wouldn't make sense. I'll just be here myself, talking to myself, which I already do plenty during the day. Geraldine says, I value my daughter and myself, my friends. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Well, when we're really cognizant, fully conscious and aware of who and what we love, we're more likely to defend. And so in today's guided meditations, at some point, I'm going to ask you not only to connect with what you love and who you love, but then also to realign with that vision, that goal for your life, the bigger reason why you're here, that untapped potential, that song or unsung song within you that has not been sung yet, that has that dance that you have still yet to dance, that thing that you've been wanting to do, and for whatever reason you keep putting off, you keep putting off, you keep putting off, waiting for the right moment, waiting until you have the health, the youth, the strength, the confidence, the courage, the valor, whatever that is, and you keep putting it off and saying, well, one of these days, that you reconnect with how meaningful, important, and valuable that is to you, so that you can get out again into the playing field and take the necessary action that will inevitably lead to the manifestation of that goal, that vision. So we're going to be energizing this virtue, this muscle of valor, in the hopes that it will awaken then the inspiration to take some kind of an action. Irish in Cyprus says, I value my freedom more than any, especially after the past 18 months. Yes, of course. That's one of the things we didn't realize how much we valued until it was taken from us, huh? Yeah, I can certainly understand that. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to briefly say, address this comment that Cindy mentioned about the pilgrimage. Yeah, because I'm planting seeds in so many ways, and it represents this next stage of this work. Speaking of valor and taking action. But for the past few years, I've been facilitating these seminars called The Path of the Heart. Facilitated them in South Africa, in the United States, and in Italy. And then obviously, once COVID came around and they locked us in, and obviously all international traveling stopped, then obviously those seminars stopped, and obviously that gave birth to a whole new development, I think, in terms of our work. And we would not be here doing these weekly heart streams had it not been for the lockdown, because these series of midweek guided meditations began as a way for me to be of service to humanity, and still is, to bring together heart-minded people in the middle of the week to unify our hearts for the purpose of strengthening each other, activating coherence, unifying our electromagnetic fields, raising our vibration, our immune systems, and then radiating compassion and love and healing to our loved ones. So as a way to basically to strengthen each other. Now, for the past 2 years, after I had been successfully running the seminars, I realized that after people completed the seminar, they wanted to go deeper on this journey towards their heart. So I began to design the second seminar, which is a deeper dive. And the second seminar, it's called The Sacred Journey of the Heart. Is a little bit longer than the original or the first weekend seminar. Whereas a greater emphasis on dissolving the walls around our hearts, healing our inner child, and not only that, awakening to the greater vision within us. And then there's a third seminar that emerged right out of this process, called Partners on the Path. And Partners on the Path is actually a 2-week walking seminar that starts in Fatima. It begins, basically, we meet in Fatima. We begin in Fatima, and we visit the beautiful small town of Tomar. Tomar, in case you're not aware of, it's one of the last standing Templar cities. The beautiful Caballeros de Cristo castle, fort, actually no, monastery. One of the most incredible sights. The energy of that place is incredible. So anyway, it begins there. It begins in Fatima, And then we go to Tamar, have lunch there, explore the monastery, and then we'll continue on to Porto, the cathedral, where then the pilgrimage will begin along the coast. And then obviously there are some parts we're going to be navigating by boat. And so anyway, obviously, eventually arriving in the beautiful city of Santiago de Compostela. Okay. So the idea then is to have a walking seminar, to have a very different kind of a Camino that I walked the first time, and the second time I walked the Camino twice. You walk it with a group of people, other friends, and we're working 3 days and then stopping one day for unpacking, group sharing, running exercises, meditating, singing music, learning a little bit about the history of the place where we're going to be staying, and then walking some more. So it's an opportunity to spend time on your own, to do some healing, do some prayer, and to do this together as a group. And it's called Partners on the Path, right? Compañeros de Camino. That would be really the Spanish translation. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's going to be happening this year in September, obviously, because things here in Spain are still quite uncertain. We might actually do maybe a small version, maybe possibly a pilot. But there's a very good chance that it's going to be happening, even if it's a very small one, okay? And it will probably be between 10 days and 2 weeks maximum. Okay, so I will definitely be posting more information about that. But those are, in essence, the 3 seminars that are part or that are being planned. The already existing one, Path of the Heart, which is an introductory weekend, then the deeper dive, the Sacred Journey of the Heart, and then Partners on the Path, which is the weekly or the yearly pilgrimage to Santiago that starts in Fatima. You know, I felt quite strongly that it needed to include Fatima because it balances it out. You know, we're on a pilgrimage to see a male representative of the Christ, apostle of the Christ, and the relics, and obviously the journey, the spiritual journey. So it's quite masculine, and I really felt, okay, to really harmonize it, we need to bring the divine feminine. And so what a better place than Fatima? And who knows, maybe in the future we'll start in Lourdes instead, and then we'll walk it backwards, and who knows? All right, so it will be there. Jennifer says, I'm there. Angelia says she would love to do that as well. Okay, great. Jennifer says, feels amazing. Thank you for your love, Amanda. Okay, cool. So it's time to now move then into the experiential. Right? Normally in these guided meditations, I like to sort of focus on the kind of like the rational concepts and ideas, and then move the other second half of our time together then into the experiential, into the guided meditation. So let's begin. Let's move into the hardest hard time on the planet, as the Institute of Heart Math often likes to say. All right, let me play some soft music in the background. We take a few moments to connect with our physical bodies. Right there where you're at, simply bring the attention inward. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. It doesn't matter. Just bring the awareness to the body. Within the body, there are two main rhythms. Those are the rhythms of your breath and your heartbeat. So right there where you're at, notice your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath and breathe normally. The only thing we're doing differently than you would normally do is we're just now aware that we're breathing. Most of the breathing we do during the day is completely unconscious, controlled by the autonomic nervous system. But right now, we're bringing the awareness to the breath. Anytime you bring the awareness to the breath, in essence, you free up resources within your mind. And as you breathe, feel the air entering your lungs. And give yourself permission to relax your head, your neck, and your shoulders. Breathe down into the stomach and relax also the stomach area. Let your belly hang. There's no need to hold it tight anymore. Relax the pelvic area. Breathe down into your sexual organs. Imagine the air flowing down now to the legs, through the arms. You know that feeling when you are in your car or in a motorcycle or riding a horse and the wind is just like blowing through your hair, and imagine that breath is breathing you and caressing you, just like the wind. After all, your breath is the wind. The word spirit comes from the Latin spiritus, which means breath, air. And now we go even deeper to the deeper rhythm within the body. As we breathe through the lungs receive oxygenated blood. And this blood now flows into the heart. So now place a hand over the middle of the chest. Connecting now with this second rhythm. One that was before the breath. Because when you were tiny, 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 and you had fluids all over your lungs, and you weren't breathing yet, you were breathing through your heart. Your heart gently beating, lub-dub, 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 in perfect unity with your mom's heartbeat. Breathe straight into the heart. Slowly, deeply, and nice and even, so that the inhale and the exhale are approximately the same length. As you breathe, notice the heartbeat. And feel appreciation for that heartbeat. That heartbeat is an expression of the miracle that you are, that your life is. Scientists have not been able to figure out what makes this heartbeat. The proof that there is a God is in your heartbeat. The proof that you are a miracle is in your heartbeat. The fact that you're alive. Feel appreciation for this part of you, keeping you alive, generating the largest electromagnetic field around you. And your central connecting point to the heart of God, the central sun. And as you continue to breathe and feel appreciation for your heartbeat, for that which gives you life, that which generates within you the largest field of energy. Allow me to speak these words for and on your behalf. Dear God, our Heavenly Father and Universal Mother, thank you for this breath. Thank you for this life. Thank you for the heartbeat and for the capacity to live, breathe, and beat and have my being in your divine presence. In the name Jesus the Christ, and speaking on behalf of everyone here, I unify my heart to the heart of God, declaring that where I am, God is, and where God is, I am, that I am one with the heart of God, Father, Mother, beating within my heart. The divine feminine also within my heart, as is the divine masculine. There is within the heart, within the systolis and the diastolis of the heart, the love down, there's that divine polarity of male and female, positive and negative charge, the giving and receiving within the heart. I honor the divine masculine and feminine within my heart, knowing that right here, right now, my heart is the heart of God. And that within me is a capacity to act with courage, strength, and determination in defense or pursuit of that which I love and value most in my life. I set the intention to expand the vibration of valor within my heart. That valor as an expression of love may inspire me to take those actions I've been afraid to take, to do whatever it is that I need to do and feel called to do in pursuit of my highest aspirations and dreams, or in defense of that or those who I love. For the capacity to evoke this feeling, to activate it here right now, I give thanks, declaring my heart now the living temple of valor. As I now silently or out loud repeat the following affirmations. I am the consciousness of valor within me. I am the consciousness of valor within me. I am the consciousness of valor within me. Valor flows from me and valor returns to me. Valor flows from me and valor returns to me. Valor flows from me and valor returns to me. Would you bring now into your mind's eye, using the power of your creative imagination, the image of a person or a being that is an expression of valor? Somebody that when you look at them and you say something to the effect of, they're so valiant, they're so courageous. Or perhaps you can remember a time in your life when you acted with valor. If you can see and recognize the valor in another person, it means that quality lives within you. And all we're doing here and now is just recalling this vibration, recalling this feeling of what it feels like in the body and in our emotions, in our feelings. To have valor. I am the capacity to act with courage, strength, and determination in pursuit of what I want. I am the capacity to act with courage, strength, and determination in pursuit of what I want. I am the capacity to act with courage, strength, and determination in pursuit of what I want. Hold a mental picture of a goal, a vision, something that you like to manifest. And for the next few moments, see yourself taking action decisively, courageously, in pursuit of it. See yourself walking the path that will get you there. See yourself already there. I am the capacity to act with courage, strength, and determination in pursuit of what I want, what I know is mine, what I know is my highest purpose, what I know is my divine destiny. I am the valor to express and live my truth. Say it. Declare it. I am the valor to express and live my truth. I am the valor to express and live my truth. In your mind's eye, see yourself embodying this quality of valor. Is there a relationship where you're holding back from asking for what you want, need, or desire? Is there a situation in your life when you feel you're not being loved, honored, respected? Is there a situation in your life that you've been putting up with for a very long time, being highly tolerant because you thought it was the loving thing to do, but you realize now it's time to have the valor to let it go, to admit to yourself or the other person, it's time to move on. I am the valor to let go of all of that which no longer serves me. I am the valor to let go of all of that which no longer serves me. I am the valor to let go of all of that which no longer serves me. Feel this vibration of valor within your heart. Allow it to expand beyond your heart now and to join all the vibrations of valors that we are together generating. And imagine this feeling, this vibration of valor going out to the world, to your friends, to your family, to people who are in situations where they feel they have no choice but to stay where they're feeling helpless. And if they could just have a little bit of valor to speak their truth, to stand for what they love and value and believe, it would make a whole difference. Send them this valor. To everyone living out in fear, send them this valor from your heart. May the frequency of valor emanating from our hearts lift up the burdens of all our brothers and sisters living in fear. May the vibration of valor go out in defense of those who have a broken heart, or feeling hopeless, or destitute, or brokenhearted. May they have the valor to speak their truth, to stand for what they believe is the highest and greater good. May we grow in valor, the capacity to take courageous, decisive, strong action in the pursuit of our own happiness, the happiness of those we love, that we may create a world that works for everyone. We ask for this individually and collectively. In the name I am that I am. In the name of Jesus the Christ. In the name of our Heavenly Father, our Divine Mother. In the name of all the archangels of heaven, the entire spirit of the Great White Brotherhood, of the Holy Spirit. And so it is, and it is so. Amen. You are more powerful, beautiful, loving, and amazing than you think or believe is possible. Within you is the capacity to create a life that you want, that your heart is longing for. The relationships, the lifestyle, the abundance, the prosperity. All this with God's grace and our willingness to act with valor. Taking the next step and the next step and the next step that will ultimately give us there. All right, I invite you to slowly make your way back to the full consciousness of your physical presence in the room that you're in, and take a moment to just Once again, take a series of deep inhales, feeling appreciation for being alive, feeling appreciation for being here right now. We come to the end of our time together, so I hope you're walking away feeling more grounded in your heart, feeling stronger. One of the things that begins to happen when you begin to activate this frequency of valor, your body becomes stronger. You grow in your ability to be decisive. Your heart is connected to all the major organs in the body. Just like your heart is connected to all major organs in the body, your heart chakra, your energetic heart, is also connected to all the other chakras, and it is primarily connected to the throat chakra. It's the one that rises next to it, of course, and it's also connected to your solar plexus. As we grow this virtue of valor within the heart, one of the things that happens is we begin to speak our truth, right? The throat chakra that for many of us has been closed up and joking, I'm afraid to speak my truth, to ask for what I want, begins to open up little by little. And then, truth comes out. Maybe at the beginning it comes out with a lot of anger and feelings you've been repressing, but eventually, it opens up. Becomes over time easier to express your truth. And then the other chakra, the solar plexus, which is where your determination is, your confidence begins to also be activated. And then from that moment, you begin then to take decisive, courageous action. You feel the fear in your belly, but you act anyways. You take the next step and the next step and the next step. God bless you. Thank you for being here with me today. Gracias, Angelia. She says, siento la paz fluyendo en mi corazón, which means I feel peace flowing through my heart. Thank you, Angelia. SA says, it was powerful. Thank you for leading us on this virtue. It will only strengthen from now on. Thank you. Yes. You're welcome, SA. Cindy's heart says, once again, I needed this today in so many ways. Much gratitude and love. You're welcome. Geraldine says, happening for the few years now, a lot of truth being spoken. Yes, that's one of the things that, as a result of that, be ready to release some people from your life. As a result of not speaking our truth, obviously, we've attracted certain people or settled in some relationships that were really not based on truth, on who we really are. And then you give yourself permission to start being the real you and expressing the real you. Obviously, those relationships that were not, that had originally originated from a place of fear will disappear. But the good news is that as those relationships are released because they're no longer a good fit, or they're just not in energetic alignment with the person that you're becoming, then new people who are willing to embrace the true you, who are embracing their own truth and are willing to embrace your truth, will then start to come into your life. Obrigado, Karim. Placer es mío. Ulrich, you're very welcome. Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. Well, once again, thank you very much for being with me today. I look forward to connecting with you again very, very soon. And if you feel called to be part of the next Opening the Heart weekend retreat that is happening on May 29th to the 30th, or you'd like to be part of the next Heart Warrior training program, please visit my website. Okay. where you can get all the information you need. And feel free to message me and email me if you have any questions. Until the next time, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Okay. Bye-bye for now. Many blessings.